It's also like really hot in my room, so I'm like half distracted because I'm like dying of heat.
But I've suckered into TikTok's ways. All right, I did the thing where you can like pay them money to promote your.
And it just has a still of when I was setting it up. I'm making such a weird face, and it just showed on my screen for a second.
Airlock Cast, Episode 1.
So, from our meet on a boat party to a Discord call as collaborators, welcome to the Airlock Bathroom Cast. I'm your host, Marshall. I'm here joined with Crathan. Um, let him talk. I guess I gotta let you spit. That's an it's a
Let me
win.
fit. Hello, my name is Crathan. I'm an avid YouTuber streamer, and I'm also making a video game in my free time. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, no, really exciting stuff. This is episode 1 of the Scuffed Little Cast, aimed to be a quick, chill session, nothing too serious or anything. This episode is going to be free to view on YouTube, but future episodes of this series and more installments will be on the Patreon or the Ko-Fi, depending on which it ends up ruling over. But first episode is free to kind of show you guys what you're working with on a scuffed set for when I have my real set. It's gonna be nice. Cause the official Midnight Space Train podcast set is gonna be a complete IRL set. I have plans for it, but in the meantime, we have this little scuff one to go on there. So yeah, now we can officially start, which is cool. So
Let's take it away.
yeah, you're another known creator I met on a boat party, 'cause you look like a friend of mine I used to have, and you make I like to say you make a variety of commentary videos. A lot
Yeah.
of them like gaming videos, but we also have like stuff where you're just talking to the camera, which I always like mix of both. One of your other famous um or more popular videos on your channel is your YouTube poop.
Oh my God. Yeah. I forget that exists. I ain't gonna lie to you. Some
Seven
days I
years
do.
ago. 7 years ago.
Wow. Seven 7 years. It really doesn't feel like that to me, to be honest.
But
Because
like if you say like the date, if you say like let's see when did this come out? This came out 2017. Ask that's 7 years ago. That's crazy.
yeah, that was technically right now. It is my first. Like it is like the first video, but it actually wasn't. It wasn't like that before. Because if I'm being honest, um, before that, I was actually I did make a lot of videos. That's why you see like the new intro and stuff like that. But I just like I decided to start like brand new and go into like gaming videos,
Oh
stuff like
yeah.
that. But before that, it's actually kind of funny to talk about. Basically, before that, if you think back to like 2017, you probably think of like Pyrocynical, Leafy is here, like those channels, and that's actually what I started off as. I would react to like random videos on the internet, and I would voice over just like gameplay videos. But I really didn't like it, and I wasn't enjoying it, so I just like started anew to where I am now.
No, I that's real. I mean, are you like what do you have like anything more planned for your like channel wise? Are you gonna do any like big series or anything, or are you just kind of sticking by with just your interest and playing your interest, which is stuff I do quite often is I play whatever I'm into right now.
Um, Honestly, I would more say it's I'm on a rolling basis of just figuring out what I want to do and stuff like that. So for the longest time, yes, it was gaming, and then I kind of moved on to more things. So like more times where I was sitting in front of the camera talking about different stuff, or the Silent Hill video essay, which was very different from my typical videos because it was just like it had a darker tone and everything like that, and talked about a lot of different stuff that I usually wasn't used to talking about on the channel. But I liked it so much and it got really good feedback. So definitely down the road, I would be doing more video essays and stuff like that, and eventually work towards not like getting rid of gaming, but doing more video essays and gaming at the same time. But I'm always open to experiment with more type of videos. Like the longest one I've been wanting to do for the longest time, but I would want some good collaborators on it. Is either is probably drunk cooking.
That sounds no, that sounds big to be honest. I think video documentaries are very huge. I think something I I saw this recently. I don't know if Post Malone said this recently, but he said it at one point in his life, and it was that a big part of or a big yeah a big part of creative people is we're so uncomfortable with letting people um we doubt ourselves so much because our work is so tied to us emotionally. So
Hmm.
for us to allow people to, view what we make and criticize what we make, we're letting people enter a certain sanctum of ours. And it's very, it takes a while, but we need to develop the trust of willing to let people into our visions and into our like, personal lives practically, because that's kind of what these projects are, is the reflection of us. And that's something I've been doing a lot more. Like one thing I've been working on for like the past couple months is the Black Pit. It's gonna be a whole comedy series I'm working on, or at least I'm trying to work on it. And at first it was going to be I was gonna push out the episodes like as soon as I could, and uh I was because it's aimed to be 10 minutes, or it was at the time, and I was having such a hard time figuring out what the last couple minutes were gonna be. And um, I came to the conclusion with a couple friends that it's gonna be better if I end this, because the well, spoiler. All right, I'll give a little bit air out. The ending of the episode is going to be me leaving my editing area and going behind curtains that are like in front of my door, that I'm gonna put in front of my door, that will lead me into my basement set, which is where a lot of projects are gonna be happening, and that's set in the basement. And it'll lead me there, and I'll come out the other end with my hair cut, with me looking pretty clean, and I introduced the second episode of the show, and that's where the first episode would end. And I would use each of these episodes as like capsule projects of my best work, I feel like. The best things I recorded or planned to record and made specifically for this. I want it to be
Hmm.
like my magnum opus of my creativity. So, it went from being this idea of kind of a 10 episode um, video series that would be like random funny bits I recorded, and I'm changing it to be more introspective. I think I one thing that's hard for me as a creator is I want to do so much. I want to do almost everything. That's why
Yeah,
I like having friends who are also creators, because um I like every different perspective I get from people, and it's
I
it's
think the
very nice.
I think the one big thing about that too, adding on to what you're saying about like having people who are also creators, they're on that same level of open to doing new things, and so it both gives you that like motivation and that creativity to like look at each other and be like, all right, what's the next best thing we can do, like with what we have, or what can we do to make it the next best thing,
Yeah.
like that creativity adding together, it can just it's capable of so much, and it's just I love it, and I definitely want to find more people like that.
I think it's yeah, I have a friend who's trying to also break into the commentary community right now.
Mm.
I'm helping him get set up. I'm trying to anyways. I don't know what the hell he's doing. I'm trying to get him set up. But like I want, 'cause I think now is a better time than ever to get into YouTube making and to get into content creation, because um There's many different reasons. I like saying as a joke that the big one is because so many people are getting canceled that there's so many easy spots to fill in. But it's also like I just think now is the time to enter like any since so many YouTubers are retiring, so many people that have been doing this for years are leaving, and there is kind of this vacuum opening in YouTube where it's like certain creators are just kind of becoming it for a platform. And
Mhm.
I think a new wave of content creation, especially since I'm seeing a return to a lot of 2017, 2018 styles of YouTube kind of coming back, mixed in with a lot of like what we have now with video essays and all the other shit. And I think now is a perfect time than ever for people to start making content no matter what it
Oh,
is. I've been finding like so many niche small YouTube channels that have been like obviously people our age like going out, recording stuff, editing it and uploading it, and it's all so impressive. It's all so impressive. And I'm excited because I want to help build a foundation of creators to come in, you know?
oh yeah.
I want to help,
Uh,
you know, be there for this.
yeah, and it's I agree. There is no better time to get into YouTube like now because so many people have left the platform that, like you said, it has left open the space. Like, and I don't know how to word this in a good way, but the best way I can think of is, all right, their spaces are empty. Who's taking them?
Yeah,
You
I
know?
mean, essentially, because that is what's gonna happen. You know, these cycle of views are gonna have to go somewhere. I think there's a lot of opportunity right now, and I'm trying to be able to get there too. If anyone has an idea, any creative idea, they should get to working on it. What matters more is you're very impulsive and very creative with your decisions. People that sit on decisions or options a lot more. We get into our heads a lot, and that can really psych out, wanting to do things. I found a lot more joy and a lot funner like enjoyment out of content creating when I just go out and do something. My recent video, the French video, I have a closed ad break in there. The only reason that video didn't go out like 2 3 weeks earlier, even though it was made and finished 2 3 weeks earlier, was because I couldn't figure out what I was gonna make that clothing advertisement. Originally, I had this idea. I was gonna do the Kanye West Super Bowl ad practically.
Hey y'all, this Gary, and this is my commercial. And since we spent all the money on the commercial spot, we actually didn't spend any money on the actual commercial. But the idea is, I want you to go to Yeezy.com, YEEZY.com, and I'm gonna write it at the bottom of the screen. And I got some shoes, and that's it.
I was gonna wait until it was like pitch black at night. I was gonna go outside. I was gonna stand underneath some light post, and I was gonna like record it then. But I kept letting so many nights get past me, and the more I looked at the video I was editing, the more it didn't fit it. So that's when I just said, fuck it. I took my camera, I took an umbrella, it was raining, I went outside, I went to this nature trail that's on the campus nearby. I recorded it then and there. It was nice. I mean, I had a lot of issues. One, my camera battery was literally dying, so I had like 10 minutes to record this without my camera dying. Two, it was only me, so I had to also somehow get myself in focus. Which, if anyone watching a clothing ad, I obviously did not manage to get myself in focus, and it was just taking too long. It took like 3 different tries for me to try to get it right, and I just said the last one was kind of okay because I couldn't really see it fully until I put my SD card into a fucking computer. I was able to see the footage, but I just winged it, and I mean, I like how it looked. I think as scuffed as it is, it works.
When I'm not doing this, I'm working every day of the week. It feels like nowadays. I mean, it's my day off, but it's a shame because I know that tomorrow I'm gonna go
Yeah, you
right
gotta go
back
right
into
back
doing
in.
it all.
I mean, the end goal is hopefully we don't gotta do that anymore, and
That
we
is
can
the end
just chill
goal.
at home. That is the end
Go at
goal.
home while doing something we will love to a point. I mean,
I
everyone
think
does.
I'll always love content creation. I think unless I have to like deep soul suck myself into doing it, which might have to happen, but we'll see. So, TV Say No More, my conglomerate YouTube channel that's going to house every major production. Most of my major collaborations are going to be going on there. And one thing we did was I've watched the show Squidbillies since I was a kid. I don't know if you know what Squidbillies is. It's like this old car or Adult Swim redneck show. It's it's
It sounds familiar.
it's funny. I liked it as a child. So I searched up on YouTube and there was no compilations of it. There's no like funny moments compilations at all when I looked it up.
Mhm.
So I took it upon myself and I made the I think it's called fuck. I'm just gonna search it up. I have it right here. I think it's called Squidbillies Funniest Moments. Squidbillies Season 1 Funniest Moments Full or Ultimate Edition. It has 129K views because and
It's all about.
I spawned a whole subgenre of Squidbillies Funniest Moments compilations after this. If you search it up now, there's like other channels. I think there's one specific one that started making them after I did it. But I'm still the first result, but somebody made a season 1 to 13 compilation. That's 4 hours long. Oh my
Oh
god.
my god. You. I think truly you found a niche.
I did find
Like
a niche. And this
like
guy
no
this
one
guy
had it. You took it in your own hands to make it, and now you're rocking 129K views, and my god, the attention to that is crazy.
it is really crazy. And there's a lot of comments, there's a lot of everything. That's literally what boosted up the subscriber count. Originally, I think TV Say No More had like 40 subscribers. We were really low. And then just this video came out and just boosted the fuck out of us. Really good though. And it helped us for the better. It's funny. Some of those comments are like people saying, "What happened to your other compilations?" Which I think is funny. This is the only one of these I think I'm gonna put out on this channel, cause I'm trying to make this all season based. Like the first two videos in this channel, I think I consider season one. I do, yeah. And from Squidbillies and onwards, it's supposed to be season 2 of TV Say No More. But of course, nothing has happened in 11 months. We have had like a podcast and we've recorded the Super Bowl, like us watching the Super Bowl. That is just in editing limbo for many reasons. Many,
Mhm.
many reasons it's in editing limbo. And majority wise, it's because I needed to take a break. Because I sat through like 4 or 5 hours of footage and
Yeah.
trimmed it down. I don't even know what it is now, but it's trimmed down a significant amount. I there's so much work involved in there, and I hope to get it out. It definitely will be something that will be released at some point. Um,
Yeah.
Probably behind a paywall if it takes too long. If it takes too long and we have better videos that come out before then it will be hidden behind a paywall somewhere. But another thing I've been doing on this channel is I've been trying to figure out shorts. I want to know the YouTube short algorithm, which I don't
They're
even
tricky.
I don't even know what the fuck it is, dude. It just seems like doomers like doom scrolling on here. So it's hard for
Here,
me to understand any of it.
honestly, I think what I'm gonna do real quick, I'm gonna compare my highest short with yours,
Yeah.
and I want to see if I can see like any differences that could possibly help out. I don't know, but we'll see. Would you say the they got bro in French lobby is your most popular one, or is it
Let me
one you
let
think?
me check my channel. Cause I think the most popular one I have is on TV Say No More. Yeah, the most popular one I have is on TV Say No More. It's it's a YouTube poop I made of the fucking here in my garage guy.
What time typically throughout the day do you upload your shorts?
I try to do it in the noon, to be honest. Like noon, like 12 to like I think 3 p.m.
I'm the exact same way. Okay, so this is
I think it just makes better sense statistically. Most people are on from 12 to 3. It's like afternoon ending workish, I guess. I've tried uploading in the morning, but all the stuff I do upload in the morning doesn't go anywhere. If I upload too late at night, it doesn't go anywhere.
it's it's really hard to say looking at the two differences. Because honestly, I think when it comes to shorts, it's literally just doom scrolling and pure luck.
That's what I think it is. With YouTube Shorts specifically, it's a lot of I think doom scrollers. So if you're not captivating someone in like the first three, even 1 second, they're gonna just scroll past you.
It's that first second because I've been there. I've doom
It
scrolled on
has to
TikTok
be
for
that.
hours.
I think TikTok is a little different. TikTok, you can gauge people a lot easier. I think
Oh yeah.
you're a lot more willing to watch stuff on TikTok than you're on YouTube. I think. I feel like
Like yeah,
when you're on YouTube Shorts, you're not on there on purpose. You know?
yeah.
Or if you are on there on purpose, it's because you refuse to get any other kind of like TikTok thing. So like it varies. It varies for a lot of people. I'm trying to come up the way I've come up with it, which I don't know if you see. I shared my screen, and the way I have it come up with is I have just two images and then like the video in the center. It just works that
Yeah,
way.
yeah.
For at least for specific stuff like this, which
It
I think is funny.
it's literally stuff like that. Like literally, I would say on like TikTok and YouTube Shorts, you could put a clip there and then like Subway Surfers in the background. Boom! You just made yourself like a
it
5
works.
easy
It
views per
works.
person. Yeah.
It works. All it takes is something for to captivate someone. I think
My
it's really interesting.
my most popular short was me in Rainbow Six Siege, where like it starts off quietly and it's me pack opening. Grab the pack. Come on, baby.
Come
Come
on,
on.
come
Like,
on. Give me at least a blue or a purple, at least a
give
purple.
me a
Let's
give me a
go.
purple. Mother. Yeah, coming.
That's really good.
And
Yeah.
then I think the second one is also Rainbow Six, right? Yeah. And then
Yeah.
that's just that one's also pretty funny, but it's all like it's not very captivating at the beginning, and then it's like the end where it's like, haha.
You definitely I'm looking at just how they look right now. You definitely have like a good setup for it. Like this is definitely something and you're pulling 100 views at least per short, which I will say is a feat to accomplish. That is
I feel
that
like
is a feat to accomplish. Because even my
another
shorts aren't even like that high in view range.
it's just it's me trying to figure out like I feel like at least in my opinion, your thumbnails for your shorts are more captivating than mine. Like I feel like you have like a whole layout tutors and
Yeah,
everything.
I do have a specific like meme-ish layout that does make it more.
Like like that's something like if and I know it doesn't go for everyone and maybe that's why it could be like a niche thing, but like when I see that, I'm like, all right, I want to watch this real quick.
No, that's real. I didn't even realize that this French one does have like 500 views. I didn't even know that. It took me a while to figure out that I kind of liked what this looked like because a lot of what I was trying to do is just like simple layouts that just had like the main video blurred in the background.
Mhm.
But that I realized how that was a very big turnoff to many people. It because you could only see the video in like a small square. That's why it became easier when I figured out, oh, let me just stretch the video to like this horrible ratio and put this
Here,
white text
next.
and stuff on it, and it works.
So just looking at mine, I say something you should try. Just give it a try on your next short. The hashtag spot, put 3 different hashtags that say Xbox, PS5, and PC. I've noticed that tends to have more
I
outreach.
see. Yeah, that's another thing is hashtags are a big part of why videos go out more.
Mm-hmm.
So,
It definitely is.
especially on the shorts era. So yeah, like, a lot of mine are just like gaming, CS2, live streams, CS:GO, CS:GO Fun, live TV, CS:GO memes.
Yeah, so I know that the hashtags definitely make a difference. They have to, at least, because I, I I feel like that has to make a difference, is the hashtags
It
more
definitely
than
does.
anything.
It definitely has to, I think. On TikTok, it definitely matters a lot. TikTok, actually, yeah, on TikTok it does matter because you can have a video with like 3 certain hashtags that propel it out of nowhere, or you can have a video no hashtags at all that propel out of nowhere, which I think is crazy.
But I've suckered into TikTok's ways. All right, I did the thing where you can like pay them money to promote your stuff, like push it up in the algorithm, and that's worked. It's worked.
Yeah,
I don't. Would I say effectively? No. I feel like I've more or less lost money. I mean, obviously,
yeah. Sorry, the reason why
because
I acted like that for a second was because I went to switch to a different setting and I clicked on the caller ID scene I have, which isn't like fully set up, and it just has a still of when I was setting it up. I'm making such a weird face, and it just showed on my screen for a second. I don't even know what's going on in there, but yeah,
I would be terrified too if that popped up on my
it
screen. I'd
scared the
just be
shit
like,
out of
"What?"
me. I was like, I was like, what the hell am I doing? I wish like paying for their services would do more. I feel like it doesn't, you know? I wish it does. It
Well,
it gives
they
me
have
like
different options. So like one of them is like, "Oh, would you like people to more visit your profile and follow you and stuff like that?" And I clicked yeah. And I did it for a Valentine's Day video I did for TikTok where it was like, here, honestly, I might be able to look it up because it's better to show it than just explain it.
all right. Oh yeah. I think you posted this on your Instagram story.
I think I did for Valentine's Day, yeah. And then I was like, you know what? I could upload it to TikTok as well. And it did really good, but that was also a video I paid money to do good. And I mean,
I mean, it works,
it got it
in my
got views
opinion.
to the video. It got likes. But would I say it completed my overall goal to get more visits to my channel? No. It's like I love it. It was good. It was just it got likes, it got views. It did not, however, achieve the overall goal, I would say.
I see. You received fan art for the Poppy's Playtime video?
Hmm. There's a bunch of fan art I've gotten over the years.
Dude, that's really sick, to be honest.
Yeah, they're really good. I mean, I would say my TikTok is more of like a deserted wasteland some days though, because it's like I'll post like once and then I'll disappear for like I'll post like once and disappear for like 4 months.
I I get that. My TikTok, it's not good. The main one, or at least quote unquote main one, um, I don't know, dude. When I got into college, I met all like the people that like use TikTok to like express themselves and like record lip sync videos on how they were feeling based on that song. So I got into doing that, and I got rid of most of those videos. Most of those videos are gone. a lot of what is left on the main TikTok now is just maybe one of those videos, and a lot of them are either memes or just a bunch of pictures I put with like a poetic caption on it.
Ugh.
Cause it got really cringy to me after like I broke up with someone and I like had time to move on, and I looked back at my TikTok and I realized, dude, this shit is so cringy for me to look at, especially like knowing the mood and the mental state behind some of them, and I'm like, oh, don't do that, man. And I got rid of most of them. Um, I do have my like I think I don't know if it's just called, I think it's just called Severed Hearts is, or Severed Hearts XO is the my my YouTube TikTok, or,
Mhm.
which is just has like the memes. And I did make this Master Shake video. I didn't make it. I found the Master Shake video on TikTok, and I just did like, no, I found this Master Shake video on Twitter, and it was in the thread of these fuck ass videos. And I found it. I was like, oh, dude, this one's really funny, and I did my little TikTok spin on it, and I posted on TikTok, and I got 35K views.
Yeah.
And
It. I gotta admit, the algorithm is just it's
it makes
so
no
weird.
sense. It makes no
It
sense.
doesn't.
And I can't. I don't know if this guy was real about it, but some guy in the comments said that he made it. I forgot. Isn't this from a Bird video? I don't know who Bird is. Is it? I don't know who this. If I search Bird TF2, holy shit, is this real? Oh, dude, I didn't know about this. I might have to watch these to see if this guy's right. Okay, if he says this from a Bird video, then whoever the guy said that made this, it was not him. Where's the guy that made this?
Oh, I just saw it.
The video?
Yeah. It was like it was just like a solid green profile picture. Oh, there it is. Go back down.
Oh, yeah. Maybe I made this video.
I
Did
think
he?
you're I think you're a damn liar.
I don't think this guy made this video. I think he just likes Aqua Teen Hunger Force. Oh, he has a Twitter. Wait, this could actually be the guy! Hold on.
Oh god.
This could actually be the guy. Maybe.
The cycle gets deeper and deeper.
No, I don't think, there can't be no way. Cause I got this from like a thread, so it doesn't make any sense to me. I don't even know if I can find that thread now. It was so many likes ago. Actually, wait, no. If I look at my profile, I might be able to find it within these tweets. Yeah, okay. It's from this thread specifically. I only uploaded the Invader Zim one. Or not the fucking Aqua Teen Hunger Force one. Where is it?
Oh, dude, I have such brain rot. I just saw Joe from Family Guy. I just started laughing.
That one's actually really fucking good. Where is it? It's this one?
Show me your hands now. Put the stuff down. Show me your hands. Drop the stuff. Go to your knees. Now. Get on your knees. Get on your knees. Now. Get on your knees now.
Joe.
Joe.
Fucking-
I like this one a lot too. I think this one's really funny.
What are you, 29, 21? Age fat ass.
Yo, you shouldn't be talking. You shouldn't be even on this game. Go back to school.
Bitch.
Making me a little punk. Skin you alive if I have to.
Damn, bro, it's a kid.
You 29, 28. I like how that's like a kid's perception of like an old person. He's like 29 and 28.
Dude, it's the I'll skin you alive if I have
I'll skin you alive if I have to.
What are you doing?
Yep.
What are you
I can do it too. I can do it too.
What are you
Whoa. Oh, look at Jinxie back to back. Look at him. You know what? It's the second one that hits the best. It really is. I had a taste. Now I want the whole thing. I don't just want a slice. Please, give me everything. Everything. Run me your pockets. Everything.
I'm losing to fucking Morty, bro.
So, your video game. Let's talk about your video game.
Alright.
Just give me a brief summary and tell me a little bit about it. I've listened to the soundtrack, or at least the one soundtrack you put on YouTube. I thought that was it was really good. It felt like I was I don't even know how to explain it, man.
Some people told me it was like a Zelda vibe.
It felt like Zelda or like Elden Ring, like I'm in like Skyrim or something.
Mm-hmm. The song is so good though. Like it gets me so entranced every time. Like it's hard for me to think when it's there because it's so good. I was proud of it. I worked with a guy on Fiverr for the track. You know, like Fiverr, you don't think there's a lot of good stuff to find, but I found this guy. He charged, I think it was like $150 per song, completely out of my own pocket.
Yeah.
Reached out to him. We worked very closely together because we just got very lucky because he was one of those guys that likes to write like stories in music. So, you know, when you think about it, I even wrote it in the description. It does kind of tell its own story. Um, the second paragraph.
I see.
And yeah, it has its own story in the track. It's amazing. I guess a brief summary. It starts off, you are, you know, the legendary the Greek mythos warrior Achilles. Um, there's not much you know about your backstory. It's more of like a very unknown past. Now, slowly throughout the game, you know, you come to learn more about the character and everything like that. It's a slow burn story, I would say.
Yeah.
Where it's like by the end of the game you're going to be like mind blown because you're learning so much about this character and their true intentions, their purpose. Like it's like, all right, I've been told to do this mission, but like so much more is happening because it's like it starts off as you defeating the god of the underworld, Hades, and then it becomes much more stuff going on and much more is at stake. And I've even been asked this question before. I've made sure everything fits in kind of a good idea and like a good timeline of Greek mythos because it's kind of like almost its own alternate timeline where basically Achilles comes through a lot more near the end of the Greek mythology era where, you know, Greek mythology itself as an idea is dying out. It's being pushed away near the end of near the beginning of the no, not the beginning, I'm sorry. Near the end of the before Christ era. So,
Yeah.
you know, it deals with a whole story and bunch of history. I know people have different views on it and stuff like that, which is totally okay. But it comes more from a Greek mythology, and then ends and then comes into like a modern era. So, you know, by this point in the game in the story, Zeus, like many more of the gods, are basically becoming weaker as people and are just they're on their way out the door is basically the best way to put it. They're old, they're dying, they're dying out as a people. So that kind of helps explain an idea of like, all right, if Hades is about to basically destroy the entire universe as we know it, why doesn't Zeus, a god, do something about it? That kind of helps give an explanation as basically it's in a timeline where all the gods are on their way out, pretty much. And then while you're dealing with that story, it's this, you know, it's open world, it's choose your own story. So, you know, there's I hope I'm not
Nah,
spouting off. I
nah,
hope.
dude,
Um,
it's very interesting. Like
um,
actually, from someone that like has always like kind of wanted to make a game. I've always thought about different ways I could make a game. So it's always it's interesting to know someone that is like making a game, especially because I used to date someone that talked about making games and like they never fulfilled it on anything. So like to
it's
actually kind of see someone make a game is like really cool.
it's a lot of hard work. A lot of hard work, especially if you're a solo
I
developer.
I can imagine for you especially because like yeah.
Because years back, I did not ever anticipate the story becoming as deep and like the game just taking on a life as its own as it has. And I feel like the main theme, I think why I love it so much is it's kind of like it's a testament to how far this game has come. Because I started this game when I was probably 15, right? And it's gone through rewrites, it's gone through hell. I've lost progress on it. It's been all
Yeah,
over the place.
I've been
And
there.
that's why I love it because it's a testament to its story and it's so exciting to talk about because originally when I started off this game it was it the story along the way has kind of stuck to the core idea but has branched out to more. So it's always been about Achilles working on taking down Hades, and then it became a lot deeper. It basically just kept growing and growing and growing to where now there's a second storyline in the game that you occasionally go through over time. So, you know, some points during the story when you're Achilles, you're whether it's him falling asleep or something like that or whatever, or gets knocked out, you wake up in the modern world. It's a story that's blended together while also being basically thousands of years apart. And they're very closely tied into each other. So obviously the second storyline takes place in 2016.
Yeah.
What I love about the secondary storyline, I feel like since it has more relatability and stuff like that, I've been able to work with a lot more. So whereas Achilles' story is more fantasy, Jackson Fortier in the modern era, he's more of sci-fi elements.
I see.
So there's let's see. I want to talk about this without giving too much away. It deals with a bunch of different sci-fi elements. So you have multiverse, like different realms, stuff like that. It it's very weird and well, not like weird in a bad way, but like in a good way. It's like so much is happening and
Yeah.
there's like so many different elements. Um, but yeah, it's these two storylines that you play as. So the modern storyline is more linear. It's not as much choose your own story. It kind of has a story you go through while also having different stuff that separates it from the original storyline. So whereas modern, yes, it's more linear, it makes up for in mechanics because it's just different stuff.
I think a
Like
linear game with like good mechanics is always something that is like valued. Um like almost any AAA Rockstar game is like practically a linear game with just
yeah, pretty much.
interesting controls, you know?
Mhm. Because how the second storyline works, like there's even a segment where like a door gets blocked,
Yeah.
and so the way you have to unlock it, it's actually I think I spent hours working on this mechanic alone, where basically you hold down the shift button to basically prepare your character when the door's locked. You hold shift and then you tap enter repeatedly to kick on the door until it eventually gets kicked down.
Oh, that's really cool.
It's
That's really cool actually.
That was one mechanic I spent hours on. And it was like by the time it was over, I was like, thank God, I'm going to bed. I was like,
So how
it's
far along do you think you are within making the game?
I gotta choose my words carefully. I've made this mistake in the past because I was when I first started off, I was like, oh yeah, it's gonna be out next year. It's gonna be
I
ready to
mean
go,
like
guys. And
your current progress, like percentage wise for you, at least your personal fulfillment on how you think it's going along. Which, trust me, it's been very low for me sometimes when talking about certain projects. Even if I feel like they're like a good headway in, my percentage on like how fulfilled I think I am on it can be very, very low.
It's I would safely say about 20-25% in
That's
the
good.
middle there.
That's good.
Um and the reason it's been taking so long is I don't know if you saw my story at all, but someone had asked if there's going to be DLC or additional
I did.
content.
I did see that.
I tinkered with the idea, but said no because I opted for more of you're going to get more bang for your buck because when you get the game, there's going to be so much stuff to do where you don't have to worry about there being a
Yeah.
paywall to access different stuff. As you know, at the end of the day, everyone would say the same thing: money, money, more money, like to get different things. But I feel, at least right now, from an ethics standpoint, I feel you could buy the game. I still haven't decided a price, but it's not going to be a $60 game.
Yeah.
It's still my first project, and
I think for something
um,
very personal and very like, you and foretelling, something that you're building with your own hands that takes years and your first project. Yeah, I think it is very important to like, I guess, yeah, kind of like keep it not really thinking monetarily wise, but thinking more
yeah,
of like content and fulfillment wise.
and that's where I've been at because I want the game to have like all kinds of different stuff. I've already gotten started on many of the things. Now it's just about finishing everything with time. And um so like in the first storyline, for example, how it's more open world and choose your own story, there's so much you're going to be able to do. There's a civil war quest line between the Achaeans and the Romans. um Basically you have that little journey, and I'll talk about this a little bit. There's so much hope I have for that, at least when it comes to the Civil War quest line, like witnessing parts of actual history.
Yeah.
Like while it's in a different timeline, you still see historical moments. So like one of the big ones is between that civil war between the Achaeans and the Romans, the war horse that was used to sneak into another base back a long, long time ago, and a galaxy far, far away, sneaking into that Trojan horse and invading another city. That is something I want to do, and I want to do it right.
Yeah.
Like that's why everything in the game has taken so long. Because it has a huge ocean in the game that you can ship around in, and it'll take you to different parts while remaining inside ancient Greece because there's Troy, there's all kinds of different stuff.
Yeah.
There's and it's just going to be overall a huge game. There's a bounty hunting quest line. Just basically, I want you to buy the game, and I want you to be 100% done with it and be like, I feel like I cheated this man for a $5 because it's more of having people come back. They're like, this game was amazing.
Yeah.
I can't wait to see what this guy does again. I don't want you to pay $60 and yeah,
And
there
then
probably is a
yeah, kind of
fulfillment
like
in that $60, but it's like I want affordability to be for everyone.
yeah, that's definitely a big thing that would help you out. I think I don't know if this is the best example. Some people disagree with me because there's kind of a bit decent amount of controversy around this game. But like the best example I can give is like Amori. If you know what a Mori is.
Mhm.
And when I was in like middle school, fucking, it was like one of the most talked about games because it was one person was making it, this indie developer, and she had posted all these like screenshots and like art, and it was gonna be this whole big game, and it took like 5 years, 7 years for that game to like actually come out, and you can very much see when you play the game that it is a very personal tied game, especially like how it plays out. It has a lot of love in it. All the mechanics are so smart and creative, and the art style is beautiful, and the music goes to the art, and I think it just shows that perseverance and like really committing, uh, like you're going to with this game. It can really like make a product that is just amazing. Like you can find yourself a lot of personal enjoyment in it, and I'm really excited to see what you come out with.
I'm very excited to see what the turnout is of this game because, you know, it's I wouldn't say cause God, I can't speak. Sorry. I wouldn't say consumed, but it's definitely taken many years for it to get to this point. And there's just so much I have in mind for the game. So like the second storyline, it takes place between 2016 all the way back to 1987. Like it has a whole
Yeah.
bunch of world building elements to it. Um so the modern day soundtrack is going to be more 80s sci-fi themed music, which I already do have a few tracks. I'm waiting to find a good time to release those. I ain't gonna lie, cause it ain't gonna be yet.
Yeah,
I want to slowly give everyone
it's
like
understandable. I did that when like making shorts and stuff for videos. Like I'll set times and time it out when they should come out.
cause if I were to drop an entire soundtrack tomorrow, it would be awesome, but it'd also be like eventually people will lose interest over the years
Yeah.
once the game is finally ready, and it's just like I don't want
So
to do that to people.
it is better to release it in parts.
And with how the game works on the engine that it's on, a lot of scripting and stuff like that goes into the game just for like one event and stuff like that, like different things to happen. A lot goes into it, and it's a very deep system with all kinds of different lines and stuff like that. And eventually, once it comes close to being ready, I do have to send it out to a lot of people. I'll be like, here, have fun, test it, let me know what's wrong with it,
Yeah.
because it's such a big and deep game that I feel no matter how deep I work on it, I won't be able to detect everything myself. And it's like,
I think over time, you'll put stuff out. You know, there are people that be interested in. You might definitely get some people that be willing to like help you along the way. You know, that's kind of what happens with a lot of indie games. Is you know, it'll pick up steam. You release certain parts of it. You showcase certain things, and it will gauge people's interest. And you know, sometimes you can get some really talented people that might want to come in and help you out.
I've thought about bringing on help. I really have. I would say I will be 100% honest in this, and it takes a lot of courage to say it. It's been kind of an ego thing that's
Understandable.
prevented me from bringing people,
That's completely
because
understandable.
it's such a passion project, and it's made me scared to see if like, all right, will anyone else see the vision like of what I'm trying to make here? And it worries me. I've thought about bringing on help. My cousin is a big example. He plays guitar and stuff like that. I've thought about bringing him on and trying to figure out what we can do with his skills for the soundtrack at least.
Yeah.
But I've thought of different things because I do want to make this game the best I can, and obviously I can't do it all alone. That's why the OST was like my first foray into letting outside help, and it definitely paid off. It's just I gotta find the right people, I would say. It's probably the right word.
Yeah. It takes a good team to make a really good product. So we're
Yeah, and
go ahead. Sorry.
oh, I was just gonna say, like, especially for my plans down the road with Achilles, it is not gonna be the only game in the series. That much is certain.
Okay.
But obviously, I've started solo on this game, and then I won't speak much on it, but there is in fact more games I've thought up and at least have what's the basic word for it? Kind of like a premise for each story,
I see.
and good stories for those that I have in my head and written down. And then once I'm getting comfortable near the end, I'll start slowly working on those, but more for writing. Because, especially when I started off as a developer, um, I did it how people shouldn't be doing it. I came at it as more of let's get started with the game and we'll just figure it out along the way, which is terrible. Do not ever do that if you
Yeah.
ever want to get into games, because if you go into there not knowing what's going on in the story, it becomes a mess. And that's why it's gone through rewrites over the years. Now I have a whole folder of scripts. So to keep me right on track where the game needs to go, what it needs to do, what's going on, where are we at this point.
Yeah.
To give it a more detailed story instead of a incohesive mess is the best word I can use for it.
That's
You know.
good though. Like it's really good to do that and to thought out that thought process. I've my Notion pages are just like filled with video ideas and like for TV like the TV Sanamore Notion page. I like that page has been started since like high school, so it's fucking big. But
Yeah,
yeah, and we're getting towards the few couple minutes of the podcast. I want to give you a minute to shout out all your stuff. Tell us about any upcoming things you have coming out if you do, and
okay.
yeah, so the floor is yours.
Um, I guess obviously my YouTube. If you guys want to check it out, it's simply just Crathan, Critter Nathan, Crathan. Feel free to search that up, subscribe, show some love. I'd love to have everyone here a part of the Critter crew. Um, Fantasyland Studios, which you can find on my YouTube page as well. That'll take you right to my Itch.io page where you can see different devlogs and like a summary about the game, everything like that. Um, I guess another shout outs and like thanks and whatnot. Thank you to thank you to everyone. Like if you're watching or if you're a part of the Critter crew, thank you for sticking around for as long as you guys have. But is there anything I'm missing? I feel like there was
No,
something
no.
else.
You're all good. I mean, do you have any like upcoming videos or anything you want to talk about? Are coming out
Oh
soon?
yeah, sure. So there is another video essay I'm working on. Um, it's definitely a different one. So it is actually about you've probably seen it on TikTok. I feel like you've had to have seen it. King Baldwin the Fourth, the guy with the
Yeah,
mask.
yeah. I have seen the
Um,
edits. I have seen them.
so I've been learning about him and his like actual real life story during the Crusades,
Yeah.
and it's a very interesting story. So that's the next video essay I'm working on
That
now.
I think
I've
that's gonna do you really good. That's gonna do you really good. I
I've
think.
um I've even watched the movie it's about, Kingdom of Heaven. It was directed by Ridley Scott. I I I kid you not, man. I watched the 3-hour director's cut of the movie. That was the longest movie I think I've watched since Batman, but it was
It
worth
was
it. It
worth
was
it.
really good.
That's good.
Um so that's another video essay. I'm trying to make it better than Silent Hill in terms of more factually correct
I
and
see.
like getting stuff right. So that's going to be the next video coming out soon. So keep an eye out for that one.
All
Yeah.
right. Well, thank you so much. Again, thank you for everyone that's watching. Thank you to Craven for coming on. I really appreciated this. This is really fun. It definitely is gonna be exciting to do more of these, and I think it'll be exciting when I have the Midnight Space Train set up, and we can have a Midnight Space Train podcast episode, which I think would be
That'll
very.
be exciting.
We can
I'll
we can
definitely be
That'll
open.
definitely be during the our in-person collabs. That's definitely gonna be
Oh
during
yeah.
that, yeah. So that's gonna be a fun era too when we get to do TV Sanamore videos and I get to introduce you all this stuff. I think it's gonna be really really fun time. Thank you so much for coming on. Thank you for everyone that is watching, and I guess I'll see you guys next time.
Been a pleasure. Thank you guys.
Of course, yeah.
Airlock